Welcome to This Explainer. Listen, if you're constantly rushing through your day, your heart's pounding, and your to-do list feels like this massive mountain you're sprinting up, just stop. Stop for just a second. Today, we're getting into a rapid, heavily science-backed solution to chronic stress. We're going to show you exactly how to hack your body's biology to go from completely frantic to focused in under 5 minutes. Does this feel uncomfortably familiar? Are you constantly feeling wired, maybe anxious, or carrying around that permanent, stubborn knot of tension right in your neck and shoulders? If you are, your body is likely stuck in fight or flight mode. And honestly, it's an exhausting place to live. If you're like most of us, you're probably trying to fix this by just telling your racing mind to calm down. But as we're going to see, sheer willpower, it's actually the exact wrong tool for the job. Okay, let's dive into this explainer's roadmap. First, the chronic stress trap. 2, meet your vagus nerve. 3, why 5 minutes works. 4, fast vagus nerve resets. And finally, tracking your vagal tone.
All right, Section 1, the chronic stress trap, or why calming your mind fails.
So, true recovery actually only begins when you send physical safety signals directly to your brainstem. You literally cannot outthink a physiological stress response. When your sympathetic nervous system is in overdrive, your brain is just completely deaf to logic. It needs a physical switch to be flipped. And the really good news here, you already possess that exact switch.
Which brings us right to Section 2, meet your vagus nerve, the natural brake pedal.
The vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve in your body. It stretches all the way from your brainstem, down through your neck, into your chest, and all the way to your abdomen. It literally translates to wanderer in Latin, which makes total sense because it acts like this massive wandering highway, connecting your brain to almost all of your major organs. It's basically the main controller of your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest, digest, and healing systems. Now, what's really fascinating here is this massive number, 80%. About 80% of the fibers in the vagus nerve carry information from your body up to your brain. Actually, not the other way around, which blows my mind. This bidirectional highway is mostly a bottom-up system. So the absolute crucial point is this. When you change what your physical body is doing, you're literally shooting a text message straight up to your brain saying, hey, we're safe down here. Shut off the cortisol. Okay, moving to Section 3, why 5 minutes works and why consistency trumps intensity. The research reveals something super interesting about how we kind of upgrade our stress response software. Sporadic hour-long relaxation sessions, like, that one giant yoga class you try to squeeze in on a Saturday, they actually fail to adapt your nervous system quickly. But daily, 5-minute consistent practices, those rapidly increase neuroplasticity. Your nervous system responds so much better to gentle, repeated signals rather than aggressive, one-off interventions. These short resets literally rewire your stress responses over time because they're repeatedly telling your body it's safe. That's exactly why 5-minute resets improve health so effectively. They build what's known as vagal tone.
Look at this landmark 2018 study. It proved that slow breathing directly activates the vagus nerve. It triggers the release of acetylcholine. That's a neurotransmitter that slows your heart rate and can actually reduce the stress hormone cortisol by up to 23% in just 20 minutes. It even drops inflammatory markers. So these small physical actions, they create massive chemical shifts.
All right, Section 4, fast vagus nerve resets, your at-home toolkit. Let's just take a breath and slow things down a bit right now. Let's actually shift our own gears into parasympathetic mode.
Let's start with the absolute fastest way to jumpstart your vagus nerve, the extended out breath. You can actually do this with me right now if you want. Place one hand flat on your chest and the other right on your belly. The trick here is that your chest needs to stay perfectly still. Only your belly should move. Ready? Inhale gently through your nose for 3 to 4 seconds. Hold it for just 2 seconds, and now blow out through tightly pursed lips, like you're blowing through a tiny straw, for a full 6 to 8 seconds. Making that exhale twice as long as the inhale drops your heart rate instantly. Doing just 5 rounds of this takes practically no time, but I promise you, it changes everything. Next up is a mechanical fix, the cervical nerve glide. Your vagus nerve exits your skull right next to your top neck vertebrae, and if you're staring at a screen all day long like most of us, this area gets incredibly compressed. So let's open it up. Just pull your shoulder blades gently back. Now make a really subtle yes nod, just pulling your chin slightly toward your throat. Rotate your head a little bit to the right, and then tilt your left ear down toward your left shoulder. You just hold that exact position for 5 to 6 seconds while taking a long, slow exhale. Return to neutral and repeat on the other side. This literally decompresses the physical pathway of the nerve. Okay, here's a pretty surprising one. Auricular ear stimulation. The vagus nerve actually surfaces right inside your ear. So take your thumb and index finger and find that hollow ridge inside your ear. Using very light, comfortable pressure, just massage it in slow circles. 3 to 5 rotations forward, and then 3 to 5 backward. This direct stimulation basically turns off a racing mind and is incredibly effective for softening a tight, clenched jaw. Now, if you need something even more intense, here are 3 rapid-fire 30-second physical resets. First, cold water face immersion. Literally dunking your face in cold water for 15 to 30 seconds triggers the mammalian dive reflex. It's this hardwired survival mechanism that instantly drops your heart rate by up to 25%. No joke. Second, vigorous gargling. The vagus nerve connects to the back of your throat, so gargling water intensely for 30 seconds activates it physically. And third, humming or singing loudly. Vocal vibrations stimulate the vagal branches in your chest and throat. So yes, belting out your favorite song in the shower is clinically proven to be good for your stress levels, even if your neighbors completely disagree. And this brilliantly illustrates how you can map these tiny habits into a sample 5-minute daily routine. Look how incredibly simple this is. Morning, a quick cold water splash to jumpstart the system. Midday, maybe a little humming or some box breathing during your lunch break to counteract work stress. Evening, the extended out-breath method right before bed to promote really deep sleep. You don't need to carve out a brand new hour on your busy day. You just stack these tiny 5-minute hacks onto what you're already doing anyway.
Okay, section 5, tracking your vagal tone and measuring success.
Your body is going to give you clear data here. As you practice these exercises, you'll want to look out for the signs of improved vagal health. The gold standard to watch for is a rising heart rate variability, or HRV. If you wear a smartwatch or a fitness tracker, just watch this number over the next few weeks. An upward trend means your nervous system is getting so much more resilient. You're also going to notice a lower morning resting heart rate. You'll find you bounce back from stressful emails much faster, you'll sleep deeper, and because the vagus nerve controls your gut, your digestion will probably improve too. I absolutely love this quote from the source material because it perfectly summarizes everything we've talked about. Think of it like building muscle at the gym. Each session strengthens your vagal tone, making you more resilient to stress over time. This hits the nail on the head. This is exactly why 5-minute resets improve health so drastically. You're treating your nervous system like a muscle. You don't get strong by going to the gym for 10 hours straight once a year, right? You get strong through small, daily, consistent repetitions. So, my final question to you is this. Which 5-minute reset are you going to try today? Are you going to do the extended exhale during your commute? Maybe the nerve glide sitting at your desk? Or the ear stimulation right this second? You have the tools now, and you have the biology to back it all up. Pick one, test it out, and take back control of your nervous system. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you in the next one.